Hey, what's up, guys? This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show. It's the Top 9, Season 10. I said that a little bit backwards, but that's okay. Stay tuned, and we're going to break it down for you.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, everybody? This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show. I'm Jason Ikeler. You can follow me on Twitter at Jason Ikeler. We're all back tonight, finally.
Look
we'll
at
be back
us.
the rest of the season.
All right.
Megan, introduce yourself. Plug your socials.
Megan
particularly your
Boykoff.
Twitter.
You can follow me on Twitter at Megan Boykoff and find me on Facebook at Megan Boykoff.
I'm Christian Rosenberg. Twitter at We're Rosenberg, Instagram The We're Rosenberg, and Facebook Christian Rosenberg as well.
Perfect.
I'm finally setting that up.
So we're the top 9 tonight, and then I believe next week is the semifinals, and then the finale. So this is when it's
fast.
just like bang, bang,
Yeah,
bang,
so
you're out, you're out,
we
you're
eliminate
out.
one this week, and then we're going to eliminate, I think, 4 next week.
Which is
Yeah.
so brutal.
It's
That's
ridiculous.
hard. When you look at the list of the remaining artists, it's really difficult to cut it down.
That many at once.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's really easy for me to cut it
Just
down.
chop.
Yeah, I could chop it right now and tell you, but
Wow.
we'll find that out in predictions.
Spoiler alert.
Let's start with Paxton, who's saying "I Want to Dance with Somebody" by Whitney Houston. I actually like this vibe for him. I like him more with the gospel song, but I feel like this is kind of cool for him.
I thought that his arrangement was actually really good, because the second I heard he was doing Whitney, which is like, oh dear God, no. Don't do it.
I feel like
Don't
this
do
is
it.
the most
but the way
easily
he did it.
coverable Whitney song, right?
Well, yeah, but the way he arranged it and stuff, I'm like, okay, I can hear this as a Paxton song.
Yeah.
Not a Whitney song. I wasn't crazy about it, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Big shocker. Christian wasn't crazy about Paxton.
I didn't say I hated it.
That is different. I'd like to start by saying I watched the show live in, Studio 12 today, and I had the pleasure of meeting Paxton very briefly, long enough to get his autograph. So boom, right there in silver Sharpie. You know what's funny is just seeing him interact with fans and stuff, and then watching him perform, it just all feels very Paxton. Like when he performs, I'm like, that's just you. He's
Yeah.
just being himself. Something that I appreciated about not just this performance from him, but all that I see from him, I really believe everything he says, and that's important when you're performing.
Yeah.
So I thought it was good.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to win the show by any means,
No.
but I think he's in his, like you said, doing his own thing, and it's working.
Yeah.
Up next is Mary Sarah, who sang My Church. This, for me, was her best performance the whole competition. She, I thought, finally looked like Mary Sarah, not looked like a girl trying to be Carrie Underwood or a girl trying to be Kelly Pickler. She looked like Mary Sarah. She sounded like Mary Sarah. I'll go home and buy this on iTunes.
I 1,000% agree with you.
Yeah, well said.
This was when you said, oh, a contemporary one, I was like, okay, well, let's see, because she's just been doing a lot of the classic stuff, so let's see how she really can do with it. And I've never seen her look more comfortable.
Yeah. Yes.
I've never seen her move around, feel more confident. This was, I thought I was watching an award show with the way she performed it. She nailed it out of the park, her best performance of the season, and she's just swell.
I concur precisely with what both of you said. Comfortable, confident. She's just flawless. You're flawless. I think you're flawless.
Yeah, and I think this, I guess I don't really know this song as well as the other song she was saying, and maybe that's why, because I know we talked about that before. But great song choice. She should continue in this lane.
Yeah.
Do like gospel country.
Yeah, and again, I've said this before about her. I dislike country, but listening to her sing it, I'm like, I want to hear it all the time.
Yeah, I think because she's got soul with it.
She's also, without a doubt, the most marketable one in the remaining 9. To me, as far as for mainstream marketing, I think she is.
Yeah, I'll agree
she's
with you
the
on
most
that.
popular one for that.
So up next is Nick Hagelin, who's saying "Hold On, We're Going Home" by Drake.
Oh yeah, he's still here. But
Don't get it.
Megan just shrunk.
I just want to slide under the table when we talk about this. Sorry. Go on.
Oh, that was
purpose.
planned.
Oh, that was completely
Oh, that was
planned.
very
That was just
dramatic.
a
Okay.
visual representation of how I
There's no
felt.
more sinky chairs, guys.
Oh,
Jeez.
wah wah. Yeah, I don't know. I like him. I think he's a nice guy. I just don't think his voice is strong enough to still be on the show. When you think about the other people that have gone home, I think a lot of it, maybe, I hate to say this, but it has to do with his backstory. But yeah, I don't get it.
I think his long shirt was weird and ugly, and I hated it. And it might not have been his decision, but I was like, why is that shirt so long? It's bizarre.
Well, and I think if you're wearing a long shirt like that, you need to walk like Justin Bieber. You know what I mean? Like with some swag.
Yeah.
He walks like he's like very proper and I don't know.
Swag it up, Nick.
Yeah.
No, the performance was underwhelming and unimpressive. I'm sorry.
Speaking of fashion, I like to point out.
Hold up though. It helps his voice.
I'm trying to be positive.
I like to point out, as far as the fashion goes, that Pharrell is clearly a fan of mine because he had the roses going this evening.
Okay.
I don't know if we noticed that, but thanks, Pharrell. I appreciate the love.
Christian, this show is not all about you.
Are you sure? I could have sworn.
No, I'm positive.
All right. Anyway, I mentioned last week how every performance of Nick sounds exactly the same, and he came out this week and sounded exactly the same as every other freaking performance. And this time, on top of that, he's trying to make himself sound like he's doing a one-man duet. It's like,
Yeah,
I was like, what is going on here?
I have a feeling that he's gonna go home tomorrow night.
You would think
Maybe
so.
tonight.
Yeah, maybe tonight.
Just do it tonight.
Over with.
Okay, up next, somebody
Sorry,
who is
Nick.
definitely not going home. Hannah, who sang "Say You Love Me" by Jessie Ware.
My wife.
I love this song, and I think this is actually a really difficult song to cover. She killed it. Like, this is my favorite of the whole night. She looked. This is the most comfortable she's looked. This is the most comfortable she's sounded, and this is the most like original take on a song she's done.
This is the best performance of tonight. It was her best performance of the season. Again, like you were saying, the comfort level was back up. She hasn't really done too many things this slow yet, so I thought it was a nice change for her. And you feel the music more from her than anyone else. You get a sense of the emotion from it. And this has been the performer this season where every week you're just like, oh, she's still
gets
here,
better.
and she's
She
getting
gets
better.
better, yeah.
Oh, she's still here. That was
Still
even
noticing
better.
her.
Even better. Even better. So damn talented. Beautiful setup. Like, I loved like the wooden floor
Yeah.
for the
She
stage.
really was walking upward. It was
Yeah.
like quite an angle. I was worried about
So
her.
she said that wasn't her idea, but the choir coming out was.
Okay.
But apparently she said they've been trying to get her to do stairs every week, and she was like, I can't sing and walk downstairs, so this was like a compromise. That's kind of funny.
Interesting thing to be pushing for. I'm guessing they showed it on TV, but like I said, I saw it live, so I'm not sure what they showed at the very end. Pharrell gives her a hug and then like is bowing down as she's walking off the stage, and that's exactly how I felt about it. I wanted to just bow, wanted to bow to her. She was the first performer who gave me chills tonight, full body chills, and I just had this big goofy grin on my face, like, you're so good.
You go, girl.
Yeah, basically, kill it.
And I
Killed
think
it.
she's peaking, we always say this, but at the right time. And I think
Yeah.
she's giving Allison Porter a run for her money.
Best performance of the night.
So up next is Shayla, who sang
Shalia.
Shalia. I'm reading Christian's handwriting.
I don't know how to spell her
and he
name.
spelled it Shayla. I'm sorry, Shalia.
not a
Shalia,
good
who sang
speller.
A Change Is Gonna Come. I really like this for her. I thought it was maybe a little too like hoarse of a vocal. It sounded like she was singing with like a strained throat or something.
I was impressed by her low register.
I like her high register better.
That's what Christina said too. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
You guys are both.
Me and Christina were at simpatico.
Jason, the show's not all about you.
That I beg to differ. Anyways, Megan, what did you think?
At least listening to it live. You were listening to it live too, but you
Well,
were
I was-
in the.
Yeah, I wasn't. It's always different when you're in there.
It is totally different because I didn't hear that she sounded like she was straining or growling too much. I thought it was just classic Shalia. Like
Okay.
she already has a genre of her own of being, classic
Yeah.
Shalia. That's what it was.
Yep. Like I said, I was impressed by the low register. It wasn't her best performance, but I have no complaints about it or anything. I mean, she's perfectly safe. She ain't going anywhere.
But I do think if she wants to make it to the finale, she needs to.
Next week, she
do
needs something
a lot
big.
younger.
Yeah.
Younger and bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, up next was Laith who sang We've Got Tonight by, was it Bob Seger?
Yeah.
I loved this, actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because typically I don't go for somebody like Lath in this competition, but he's from Michigan, so I feel like we have that connection. But I would listen to this on the radio. This is so good.
I love this song. This is like maybe my favorite Bob Seger song. I was actually surprised because to me it seemed like he started too quick and he slowed it down as it went.
Like tempo-wise?
Yeah, tempo-wise. Like it seemed like he dropped the tempo a little bit as the song progressed. And I think once it slowed down is where he really sunk into it. As much as I like Lath, I didn't think he lived up to the expectations that I had for him for this song.
Oh, really?
I mean, I liked it. Don't get me wrong.
I
thought it was
don't
great,
know the
but-
original, so that could be why.
No,
I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
either. I think after hearing so many people speak so highly of him and his music and how popular he is and not really getting it, going into tonight, I really wanted to get it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that played into it or seeing him in person played into it, but this was the first week I really got it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So yeah, it must have just been his performance.
Yeah, it must just be that
Or the
Christian's
song
wrong
choice.
again.
Well,
Christian
last
or
week
song.
I was blown away by him.
Well, I wasn't here, so it doesn't count.
Oh, that's so. Last week didn't happen.
No,
Yeah.
we're on the same page.
Yeah.
You're
Sorry.
not.
Should
You
I,
didn't-
should I go?
Yeah.
Should-
Bye.
Just
Aw, no, stay. Please stay. Up next was Adam Wakefield, who's saying Love Has No Pride by Bonnie Raitt. I thought we say this every week. He's in his own lane, he's doing
Yeah.
his own thing, and he's really good at it.
I was distracted by the fire, honestly.
Oh, see, I feel like that in person was probably more intense than what we see on the
It was
TV.
probably pretty hot in the studio.
It wasn't. I was actually like, I was gauging to see whether or not I could feel the heat from the fire. And I
Like,
couldn't.
is his beard gonna catch on fire?
I thought it was a wonderful performance. Like you said, he's very much in his lane, and he does it well. And he'll be in the finale, and I'll be interested to see where it goes from there.
Good.
Yeah, I
That
don't
was
I
it.
don't
No, I
want to
have
say he's
nothing to
boring
critique.
because he's really good,
Yeah.
but like, you get what you know you're gonna get, and it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, up
was
next
that.
is Allison Porter, who's saying Crying by Aerosmith. I have actually a negative comment.
Okay.
First time about Allison. I think she sounded insane. If you're just listening to it, it was sexy, it was sultry. I wanted to see it in her body more. Like, I felt like this is one of those songs where, like, I need, like, a headbang and I need her to do her hair. Even when she was, like, up with the guitar player singing, I just kind of felt like she was, like, lacking energy.
But how about that march up the
Yes,
stage?
that's what I was. That's what I was just
love
thinking
that.
of.
See, but-
she was like aggressive about it. You could see Christina was like, "Oh, look
Yeah, but
at
I
her."
thought that was the only part. I know I always plug Demi Lovato, but if you watch Demi Lovato sing an upbeat tempo song, or even Christina, their whole body is into it, especially a rock song like this. And that's what I thought was lacking. I think it sounds amazing, though.
When you compare it to Demi Lovato, that's where I go, okay, yes, now I
Yeah.
see and understand the difference. But watching her up there, she was like kind of touching her hair, but yeah, she could have given it a little
Up a
more
notch,
in terms
yeah.
of, sure, I agree with you. Otherwise, oh my gosh. I mean, rightfully so, people have been raving about her
Yeah.
and she's gonna win and blah, blah, blah. She's just up and up and up above the rest of them. This was the first time that I went, oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
Like, just a star. Oh my gosh, she just killed it. She killed it.
I feel like a song like this is good to be in there, too, because it's so loud and empowering.
Aggressive.
I loved her energy. She was sexy as hell in this performance. Aerosmith's my favorite rock band, and I love hearing these type of songs because, like the Armageddon song we heard last week, we hear
Yeah.
that everywhere. This song, like, okay, you're rocking out to this, and she crushed it. I mean, this sounds like, hey, she can redo this song and have it on her album.
Yes, I would listen to that in a second.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good. I just
Yeah.
want a little more head banging. That's all. Final of the night, I was actually a little surprised they had him go last, but was Brian Bautista.
Remember,
who
Jason, it's
sang-
quote unquote random.
It's not random. Who sang Beyonce? What's the song called? Make Love to Me?
One
One
plus
plus
one.
one.
Oh, one. Oh, duh.
How am I correcting you on a Beyonce song?
Because this is from like 3 albums ago. This is album number 4. It's called 4.
Shut down.
Yeah. I thought he sounded good. I don't think it was good enough to make me buy his version over Beyonce's.
No.
I don't think the arrangement was different enough, but he was fine.
I hated it. I'm sorry, because I mean, I can't say anything bad about his performance because he sang fine.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you're singing a Beyonce song? Like, you would be the last person I thought on this.
That's what makes it so fun and great and bold.
But in that case, well, then you go back to Paxton, and I can't believe I'm praising Paxton like this. You're singing a Winnie song? Okay, but he made it his own.
Yeah.
Like, okay, go and make this your own. And I was just...
Because if you're not going to make it your own, you have to sing it a hell of a lot better than Beyonce.
Right,
Which is
and we know he's not going to do. And honestly, I was bored out of my mind with this song.
I thought the set was fantastic. I mean, all the lights and the fog, that was very entertaining, but that has nothing to do with him.
Or even his choice.
I think that his performance was entertaining, and I thought it was good, and it was Brian, and especially when he got on the floor, and I don't know if he was touching himself, maybe I just imagined that, but he was like, you know, make love to me, and I just...
Yeah, I think he did imagine that.
Was this song to his sister as well? Was this also to his sister?
Oh my God.
I just want to...
Doubtful.
Okay.
See, look, he's like on the floor. I thought it was good.
No.
She
enjoys watching Brian on the floor.
Yourself. Well, that's it then. Should we get into some predictions?
Let's do it. I'll pull out the iTunes charts.
Perfect.
So we'll see what we got going.
Wait, before we see it, let's not judge based on that.
Okay, I'm not looking. I have not looked yet.
Okay, I'm gonna say that Nick goes home.
Nick should have not been in the live rounds, and get him out.
But you're predicting Nick.
Nick.
Ditto.
Okay, that's
Right.
3 Nick. Sorry, Nick.
Right. So
you're still really hot.
So we'll just.
You remain hot.
You remain sexy.
You remain a DILF.
So Blake
okay.
and Gwen are peaking pretty high on this chart. Too, correct?
Blake and Gwen are currently at number 4.
Also, side note, I love that song.
Yes, it was great.
Currently the highest performing. Again, this is as of 9:19 Pacific
So
time.
it's still airing on the West Coast.
Right. Mary Sarah at number 20.
Okay.
Adam Wakefield at number 21. Lath at number 22.
Oh wow.
Kills it on the charts.
Hannah at 27.
Yay.
Brian at 34.
Over Allison.
Well, remember, Brian and Allison have not performed on the West Coast yet.
Good,
Allison's
good.
at 39.
But Brian's that high without performing.
That's true.
on the West Coast.
That's
And then I got to go down. Shalia at 52. Who have I not said yet?
You haven't said Nick. Have you said Paxton?
you're gonna be scrolling.
I'm still scrolling. I'm still scrolling. Hold on.
See, you see them
Wait,
on
guys,
the red carpet, and you have to
Okay.
face
I
know.
them,
I
but
have
I
to-
never
I have to
do.
say it face to face.
Paxton, I found Paxton. He's at 117.
Hey, you know what? You got to start somewhere. That's all we have for today.
I'm still
Christian,
scrolling looking
where-
for Nick. Nick's not in the top 150. I have nothing for Nick.
We'll give him some time.
All right.
Christian, where can they find you on
You can
social
find
media for
me
the rest of the week?
On Twitter at Will Rosenberg, Instagram the Will Rosenberg, Facebook.com/Christian Rosenberg.
And Megan?
Send me some love at Megan Boykoff on Twitter and Facebook.
I was
right.
not expecting that. You can send me some love as well at Jason Ikeler
Send me some
on
hate.
everything.
I want hate.
You can find AfterBuzz TV at AfterBuzz TV. I'm really sorry if you listened to this whole thing. We'll see you guys back in here next week. Thank you.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.